Hello everyone, I am Sushila Nayak, lecturer in E&C department. Now I am going to explain about the network theorems. In network theorems, there are four theorems in your syllabus: superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem. First theorem is superposition theorem. Here we have the statement of superposition theorem. It states that in any linear bilateral electrical network consisting of several energy sources and impedance, the current through or voltage across an element is equal to the algebraic sum of the currents or voltages produced independently by each source. How to solve the network using superposition theorem? There are four steps to solve the superposition theorem. The first one is when the voltage or current source is acting, the other sources are set to 0 and replaced by their internal resistances. Only you set the source to 0 but not the internal resistances. An ideal voltage source must be replaced by short circuit and an ideal current source must be replaced by open circuit. That is the first step. And the second step indicates current through or voltage across an element due to one source is found out. Step 3, step 1 and 2 are repeated for each source. You consider individual sources and you repeat the step 1 and 2. The fourth step, the total current through or voltage across for a given element is equal to the algebraic sum of the currents or voltages produced independently by each source. Here we have an example. The circuit diagram is given here and it states that determine the voltage V1 for the given network using superposition theorem. And this circuit indicates there are two energy sources, one current source, that is I, is equal to 2 amperes, and another one is the voltage source, that value is equal to 40 volt. Now we calculate the voltage drop across the 15 ohms resistor by considering the voltage source separately and current source separately. Here, what is the first step? Step 1, you reduce one energy source equals to 0. Now in this, we reduce the voltage source equals to 0 and we considered only the current source. That means set voltage source E or V is equal to 0 means you should short circuit that point. And the voltage drop across the 15 ohms resistor due to current source I is indicated by V1 dash. That V1 dash is equal to the current present in the circuit, that is I1 dash into R1. Here only one current source is there and we have the current close to the circuit is I. So it is 2 ohms and resistance value is 15 ohms. The voltage drop across that resistor due to current source I is equal to 30 volts. The second step is you reduce the current source equals to 0 and we consider only the voltage source E or V. To reduce current source equals to 0, you should open circuit that point, then current becomes 0. Here we consider the voltage source V1 double dash, that is voltage drop across the resistor R1 is equal to V1 double dash, that is equals to I1 double dash into R1. But circuit is not closed, therefore the current equals to 0. Therefore the voltage drop V1 double dash is equal to 0. Next we consider the voltage drop across the resistor R1 is equal to V1, that is equals to V1 dash plus V1 double dash. The voltage drop across the resistor due to current source alone and due to voltage source alone. Due to current source alone is V1 dash and due to voltage source alone is V1 double dash. Therefore the voltage drop across the resistor R1 is equal to V1 that's equals to V1 dash plus V1 double dash. You already know that V1 dash is equal to 30 volts and V1 double dash is equal to 0 volts. Therefore, the voltage V1 is equal to 30 volts. This indicates the voltage drop across the resistor R1 is the algebraic sum of the voltage drop across the resistor due to the energy sources alone, that is current source and voltage source. Next we consider the second problem. Here we have two energy sources. That's one is E1 voltage source E1 and another one is energy source E2. The problem statement indicates using superposition theorem find the different currents flowing in the branches and voltage across R3 for the given current. You find out the currents across R1, R2 and R3 and also you find out the voltage drop across the resistor R3. Now the first step is set the voltage E2 is equal to 0. That means you short circuit that voltage and keep the internal resistance 1 ohms as it is. The various currents due to E1 alone is found using Ohm's law. Before that, first you calculate the equivalent resistance across E1. If you consider only E1, what is the equivalent resistance? That equivalent resistance is indicated by R equivalent dash. By considering voltage, only the voltage source E1, you consider the resistance, equivalent resistance R equivalent dash is equal to. Now start from this input resistance of E1, Ri1. This Ri1 is connected in series with resistor R1. These two are connected in series and this Ri1 and R1 are connected in series with this resistor R3. The resistor R3 is connected in parallel with this R2 and Ri2. This R2 and Ri2 are connected in series. So what it becomes now? Ri1 plus R1, these two are connected in series, plus R3. Next R3 is connected in parallel with R2 and Ri2. R2 and Ri2 are connected in series, so it becomes Ri1 plus R1 plus R3 into R2 plus Ri2 divided by R3 plus R2 plus Ri2. Now you substitute that values. Ri1 is 0.5 ohms. R1 is 4 ohms. Then R3 is 2 ohms. R2 is also 2 ohms. And Ri2 is 1 ohms. You substitute that all the values and you calculate the equivalent resistance R equivalent 1, that's equals to 4.5 plus 6 by 5 is equal to 5.7 ohms. That is R equivalent dash. Next, the total current R1 dash. Now we calculate the equivalent resistance. After that you calculate the current I1 dash. I1 dash is equal to 5 divided by 5.7. The 5 is the voltage E1. E1 voltage divided by the R equivalent dash. That's equals to 0.877 amperes. Now the current through R2 is found using current divider rule. Current divider rule means the current flows through the particular resistor is equal to the particular current present in that circuit into the other resistance, except that resistor you consider other resistance divided by the total resistance. Now you already know that the current source is 0.877 into the R3 resistor equals to 2 ohms divided by R3 plus R2 plus Ri2. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 0.35 amperes. Similarly, current through resistor R3. current through resistor R3 indicates, now you consider the previous circuit, current through resistor R3, this resistor. Here what current is flowing through this resistor? We can calculate that current flows through this resistor R3 by current divider rule. According to that current divider rule, the resistance value R2 and Ri2 are considered, and the current source is R1 I1 dash. So I1 dash into R2 plus Ri2 divided by R3 plus R2 plus Ri2. Here I1 dash, that current I3 dash is equal to I1 dash into R2 plus Ri2 divided by R3 plus R2 plus Ri2. You know the current value, that is 0.877 into 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 2 plus 1, that's equals to 0.53 amperes. This indicates the current I2 dash and I3 dash with respect to the energy source E1. Next, you considered the voltage source E1 is equal to 0 and you connect only the voltage source E2. Set E1 is equal to 0 by short circuit, but not their internal impedance. Internal impedance is here 0.5 ohms. The various currents due to E2 alone is found using Ohm's law. Again, you go for the equivalent resistance across E2, that is Req double dash. In the previous case, we calculate R equivalent dash, here R equivalent double dash. That is equals to Ri2 plus R2, Ri2 plus R2. Here Ri2 and R2 are connected in series. These two resistors are connected in series. Then these two are connected in series with this R3, but R3 is connected in parallel with this R1 and Ri1. So what it becomes? Ri2 plus R2 plus Ri2 plus R2 plus R3 into R1 and Ri1 are connected in series. So it is R1 plus Ri1 divided by R1 plus R3 plus Ri1. Now you substitute that values. Ri1 is 1 ohms, R2 is 2 ohms, R3 is 2 ohms, R1 is 4 ohms, Ri1 is 0.5 ohms. By substituting that values, you calculate the total equivalent resistance Req double dash 4.385 ohms. Now it's a equivalent resistance. Similarly, you calculate the current, total current through the circuit, that is I2 double dash. I2 double dash is equal to what? E2 divided by R equivalent double dash. That is I2 double dash is equal to 10 divided by 4.385 is equal to 2.281 amperes. Now it is a current I2 double dash. Now current through resistor R1 is found out by applying current divider rule. I1 double dash is equal to I2 double dash into resistor R3 divided by R3 plus R1 plus Ri1. That's equals to 2.281 into 2 divided by 2 plus 4 plus 0.5 is equal to 0.7 amperes. Similarly, the current through R3, that is I3 double dash, is equal to I2 double dash into R1 plus Ri1 divided by R3 plus R1 plus Ri1. Now you substitute that values, 2.281 into 4, that is R1 value, plus 0.5 Ri1 value divided by 2 plus 4 plus 0.5, that's equals to 1.58. Now you have I1 double dash, I3 double dash, I2 double dash values due to voltage source E2. Now step 3. Now here you consider the current I1, I2 and I3 values due to both the energy sources E1 and E2. Now the calculate the values of I1, I2 and I3 can be obtained by algebraic addition of the two sets of current values. Now here you consider that I1 is equal to I1 dash minus I1 double dash, because I1 and I1 double dash current directions are opposite. So it is I1 dash minus I1 double dash. 0.877 minus zero point 0.7 is equal to 0.175 amperes. Similarly, the current I2 is flows from right to left. So I2 double dash minus I2 dash. I2 double dash is from right to left and I2 dash is from left to right. So it becomes 2.281 minus 0.35 is equal to 1.930 amperes. Similarly, the current I3. Now here you consider that current I3 is current flows through the resistor R3. Here both the currents are flowing in the same direction from top to bottom. I3 dash as well as I3 double dash both are going from top to bottom. So both values becomes positive. I3 is equal to I3 dash plus I3 double dash. 0.526 plus 1.58 is equal to 2.105. Now it indicates what current is flowing through resistor R1, resistor R2 and resistor R3. This is the algebraic sum of the individual currents. And the next one is VR3. What is the voltage drop across the resistor R3? That can be calculated by using a formula current into resistance I3 into R3. I3 is equal to 2.11 into the R3 value 2, so it becomes 4.21 volts. This indicates the voltage drop across the resistor R3. Like this, we have a number of problems. I will discuss that problems in the class. Thank you.